So today we have the pleasure to have a visit from Oren Myers from England. Hi, Oren.
Hello.
Nice to have you here.
Nice to be here.
I think it's the first time that you are
Yes, it is,
at
yeah.
Siccas.
Yeah, after many years, yeah.
After
Nice.
many years of collaborations, and we have had a lot of really good looking and great sounding guitars of Oren. And so you brought us today your new instrument. Maybe you can talk a little bit about this beautiful guitar. First of all, you are not building replicas or copies, right? You are always building your own guitar models.
That's right, yeah. Very traditional.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working within the framework of Hauser and Torres, but the exact shape is mine. The exact layout of the struts, the thicknesses of the back, sides, top, everything is. So I'm working within the traditional school, but specifically it's mine, the design.
And for example, the sides are not doubled. It's not.
No, they're not doubled.
Not,
I mean,
or laminated. It's solid
I mean,
wood.
it's this is a guitar that. In terms of the design, I don't think there's anything. It has a bridge plate under the bridge. I'm not sure if Hauser innovated that. So that, apart from that, I think this guitar wouldn't look strange to a guitar maker 150 years ago. There's no double sides.
Yeah.
Everything is as it is. The only thing is 12-hole bridge.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of that's really. In any way modern, and obviously that doesn't make any difference to the sound. Yeah.
Yeah, and it comes with a spruce top, a very beautiful spruce, by the way.
Yeah, there's a spruce from Switzerland.
Ah,
And
it's not that far from Karlsruhe, but it went to England and then it came back.
that's right, it's coming back home. Who knows where it will go next?
Yeah.
Indian rosewood back and sides,
Cedar.
cedar neck, and the rosette is it's actually it's not a copy of a rosette, but it's the copy of a design from a Greek vase. So I don't know. I was just googling Greek vase.
Okay.
And I came up with this vase, which has this, I thought, is a very nice pattern. And the reason it sort of jumped out at me is I've always loved especially the Romaneos arch theme.
Yeah.
But I've never actually wanted to copy it. I don't like. Well, the same with the design. I like taking inspiration, but I don't like actually copying.
Yeah.
So this was a. Oh wait, well, I say that. I just said I copied this design, but nobody's copied it for a guitar before. It was a way of doing arches without actually copying Romaneos, and I thought it worked. It would work nicely, and it was also a bit of a technical woodworking challenge. I had to invent techniques.
It looks.
Or at least for me, it was an invention. I haven't seen anywhere else these techniques being used to make the rosette. It's not the traditional mosaic. It's a different way of working. Very labor intensive, but it's an interesting challenge.
Yeah, it looks not easy to build. The rosette.
It's not.
It isn't. Yeah.
It's not, but it's fun.
But it looks amazing, and also it's very suitable to the spruce top. So I love the contrast of that kind of brown color to the spruce. And actually, I have played only spruce guitars. Do you build also cedar guitars?
I do when I'm asked.
Okay.
I haven't been asked a lot.
Okay,
but I do.
Okay.
I do. Yeah, but I build them essentially the same. Actually,
okay.
I don't. I mean, I treat the wood, every piece of wood individually, including the cedar, but I'm not doing anything fundamentally different in the design when I do.
Yeah. Okay.
They're just the wood. They sound different because the wood is different, rather than because anything I do specifically to make it different.
Sure. I would say let's play a few notes on it and see how the guitar sounds. I love it. As the other guitars that Oren has built, I noticed a lot of things. As I said, it's exactly like your other guitars. They have always the same quality of the sound, and this is what I, as a classical guitarist, expect from a very good guitar. And first of all, it's very even. The balance is, because sometimes I play a chord like this on some guitars, and I hear at the end, okay, I'm exaggerating now, but it's like at the end you are hearing only 2 or 3 notes. So that's where I know that the balance of the guitar is not as it should be. But in this case, such a great balance, and it gives you also a comfortable feeling if you are playing pieces. Also great tone separation. What do you say about the sound of your guitar? Because I'm always talking and talking. Do you like the sound? And is it the sound that you wanted to achieve with your guitar?
Yes. I always want more.
Yeah.
But it is.
I don't know any guitar luthier that said the guitar that I built, the sound should stay like this.
Yeah.
I don't want to improve anything. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, well, what you're saying about the balance is really interesting for me, because I don't think of that when I'm building. I don't think of that as a thing to aim for in itself. In the same way as, for example, a very good player, a friend of mine, always when she plays my guitars, she always compliments me that they have a legato quality in the notes, and when she plays, I can clearly hear it. But it's not something that I aim for as a thing in
when
itself.
you're building.
The things that I'm thinking about are sort of the sweetness of the sound, the kind of, well, it's very related, but the sort of the intensity of the sound in each note. I think if you have that kind of sort of an intense vibrating sound within each note, then it kind of gives the sound a smoothness and a sweetness. And you want the bass to really have focus and some breadth. It's sort of contradictory qualities in a way. You want it sort of to be quite broad, but at the same time focused. So I'm thinking more in terms of specifics. That's what I'm thinking about in sound. And in a more general sense, I just for me, the guitar, what makes it stand out from other instruments is its kind of its niceness. It has, you have to sort of, well, I feel I like to be able to just sort of sit back and enjoy how pleasant and nice it makes you feel. And it's to do with intimacy and warmth and sweetness, not too much, because if you think too much in those terms, then it becomes a limited instrument, which you can't express music. It's not, the sound isn't big enough, it's not broad enough, doesn't have enough dynamic palette. But you if you can keep all of those musical things, those good musical things that you need for interpretation, if you can keep that while at the same time having that sort of pleasant niceness of the guitar.
also the tone separation is very good on this guitar. I notice it every time when I'm playing this piece, because either I will hear a sound cloud, or I will hear every tone and every interval, and in this on this guitar it's so good. It's like an orchestra, and you can conduct every single tone, and this is the tone separation, which is, I think, on the guitars of Daniel Friedrich is always for me the best example for how tone separation could be. Do you have one favorite guitar luthier from the more, let's say, historical guitars, included Daniel Friedrich? I'm just curious to know. Or
no.
Okay.
The simple answer is no.
Mm-hmm.
There are guitars that I've played, not a huge amount, but there are guitars that I've played which have had real magic in them. There was a Romanios guitar from the early 70s which I played, and it seemed to have a treble which was just magical to me.
Yeah.
There have been a couple of houses that I've played, and they always have a very special tone quality. I played an early spruce Friedrich, which I found very beautiful, but that's really, I think of that as being quite a different school of making, so I don't really, making wise, I don't really know what to do with that, but it's very beautiful. So kind of, I suppose.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so there is not that
no,
one
there
guitar
there isn't a guitar,
you have,
and that's my goal. No.
You have inspiration of different guitars, and
and it's good. Whether it makes my guitars better or not, I don't know, but I like to at least think in that way, because then I can stay my own person rather than somebody who's always trying and failing to to meet a very specific standard.
Yeah, I see. So usually I play, and there are so many people in the comments who ask, what is this piece? And somehow nobody knows this piece. By the way, it's Homenage a la Guitarra by Eduardo Sainz de la Maza. And I was very surprised that Oren knows this piece and he can also play this piece. So it's the perfect opportunity now for me just to sit back and enjoy this piece by another guitarist. But I mean, you can play just a little part of that, and then I can hear how the guitar sounds from this side.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll do what I can.
Do you teach also as a guitar professor in some universities?
Yeah, I used to teach 5 to 10-year-olds.
But okay, this is a real honest question. You started as a guitar luthier or as a guitar player? How did your guitar making career started?
Well, I started playing quite late, when I was 13, and I had a teacher at school.
Ah, okay.
And then I went to I went to university. I studied English, so I didn't study music, but I kept on playing just by myself. And then this was one of the pieces that I played. So that was roughly the standard I got to when I was 17. And then when I finished university, I went to the guitar making.
Ah, okay.
So I never studied formally
Okay.
to play the guitar beyond those first, those few years with my teacher.
Okay.
So I wasn't a guitarist, but I played the guitar before I started making.
Okay, because you have a very good technique. This is
Thank you.
And I have to say, also from this side, the guitar sounds very precise. This is exactly what you meant. You wanted to achieve a very focused sound, and this is, I hear the melody line so good, and maybe it's also your way of playing, but the guitar should be able to do that, because sometimes if it's not balanced, the second string is louder than the first, then you will have problems. So great playing, nice guitar. I can't ask for more. So Oren, thanks again for being here, and it's always a pleasure and also very good feeling if the guitar luthier is here and he can talk to me, because I'm doing this weekly guitar meeting every time alone. I look in the camera, and it's nice to talk to you, and also for our audience, it's very interesting, or much more interesting if they are listening to the guitar luthier of the guitar. So thanks for being here. It was a pleasure, and hope to see you soon again.
Thank you. Pleasure's mine.
Thanks.
Enjoyed it.
And we move to the next guitar.